Hey guys, I just let you guys know in the chat that's going on right now that we are trying to get the video to work so that you guys can see us through the normal screen. So we will be back with you in just a second. In that meantime, you can definitely enjoy some jokes that I have for you. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because he is not sentient enough to understand the dangers of crossing the road. But we have a little intro video for you guys if you want to watch it. Oh wait, can you see me in the... Oh, you guys can see me now. Okay, cool. So something's working. That's good to know. It's a little choppy as a start again, guys. Sorry about that. We've got a little intro video for you. It's not very meaningful. It's not very important. It's just a video that I made today with some of my buddies. It's a music video, so feel free to sing along. It's really great. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. That's why. Ha. Yeah. So
it might be the most meaningful video you've ever seen.
Maybe, but probably not. It's called Corn and Soybeans, and it's by my friend Noah, and I made him a lyric video for it today. It's really dumb, but I hope you enjoy it. So take a look.
Up in Minnesota. Then my parents moved to Iowa. My life was changed forever. I always wear some skinny jeans, even when it's in summer. I like to go on really long trips with my best friends. Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner. Every night we eat them for dinner. Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner. Every night we eat them for dinner. Down in Iowa. I have a hopping Pontiac Fiero, but it doesn't drive. But that's okay, because I don't get my license anyway. Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner. Every night we eat them for dinner. Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner. Every night we eat them for dinner. In Iowa, in Iowa, in Iowa. In Iowa. Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner. Every night we eat them for dinner. Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner. Every night we eat them for dinner. And down in Iowa. Down in Iowa, down in Iowa, down in Iowa. Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner. Every night we eat them for dinner. Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner. Every night we eat them for dinner. Iowa, down in Iowa. Down in Iowa, down in Iowa. Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner. Every night we eat them for dinner. Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner. Every night we eat them for dinner. Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner. Every night we eat them for dinner. Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner. Every night we eat them for dinner. Down in Iowa, down in Iowa, down in Iowa, down in Iowa. down in Iowa, down in Iowa, down in Iowa, we eat them for dinner.
Corn and soybeans, we eat them for dinner.
Every night.
We
Your
eat
life has
them
probably
for
been
dinner.
changed now, and I totally understand that, and I respect that. Did you know there's more pigs in Iowa than people?
Did you know there are more cows and literally any other type of livestock than any humans whatsoever? Like, literally, there's more of anything than people in Iowa. There's nothing in Iowa. There's nothing. I have a grudge against Iowa.
Who doesn't?
Me? I'm positive.
Well, tonight we are live, Overflow Live. This is our 10th episode.
Whoa!
That is crazy. We've been doing this for 10 weeks. I can hardly believe that, but it's been quite the journey. We've had lots of fun, and tonight will be no different.
Woohoo!
So we are going to jump into our improv games tonight. We have a wonderful game. Tell us what we're doing, Zach.
Wonderful game. This game is called ABCs. I actually can't remember the actual name, so I'm going to come up with a name for it. ABCs. Basically, we're going to do a scene or whatever. It doesn't really matter what we're doing. The point is that this game, each sentence that we do has to start with the next letter of the alphabet. So Josiah will start with the letter A, then Michael will go B, I'll go C, then D. What comes after D? That's the tricky
E.
part. Yeah.
So give us a place that we are. Give us a place that you might have a conflict.
Yes, a place where you might
In the
be
chat, let me
arguing with
know.
somebody, somewhere that you might get into a fight with somebody,
Iowa?
somewhere. Iowa.
We're in Iowa.
Are
Maybe that's
We're in
Well, I want to wait to see what the
Yeah, let's
audience
see
has.
what the chat
But
says.
I will say from experience, Iowa is definitely a place where
Are we sure?
where conflict is the only answer to anything.
I'm not sure. Is it a place though?
Is it even a place? My Iowa friends would say yes. Anyone else would say no. So is it? That depends on who you want to believe. And I don't believe any of the Iowans.
No suggestions from the chat. You guys don't have anywhere we're going to be. We're going to end up in Iowa.
He's not Iowa.
We could do Iowa. We could do Iowa. That's the theme. The 49th most popular state,
What's the 50th?
Arkansas. I'm looking at you, Arkansas. Cool, we can do Iowa.
North Dakota has more people than Iowa?
No, but they have... No, popular, not populous.
Popular.
Not
yeah,
populous.
totally. Yeah, no, everyone's like fine with North Dakota. It's like there.
I'm
It's
fine
like
with it.
Canada South.
It's boring, but at least it's got like badlands and stuff.
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
Oh, they're fun.
All right, well, I guess we're going to be in Iowa.
All right. So remember, it has to start with the corresponding letters of the alphabet. So take it away with the letter A.
Am I eating soybeans and... I forgot what the other thing... Yeah, am I just eating
Corn.
that in Iowa? Yeah, corn and soybeans in Iowa.
Boy, oh boy, are you eating corn and soybeans? We eat that every night.
Corn is my favorite. That was easy.
Don't say corn.
Everybody says corn. That's all we eat here.
For the love of corn, please, I'm tired of eating corn every day. Can we do something that isn't so obtrusively boring?
Go get pizza?
How
Question mark?
can you say go get pizza when we got perfectly good corn and soybeans?
I say we should get some pizza and not worry about the corn and soybeans.
Just kidding. Let's not get pizza.
Kids, you got a lot of growing up to do.
Let's cease with calling us children. I want pizza.
My name is Children.
No. We gotta stick to tradition. We gotta eat our corn and soybeans.
Oh boy.
Pleasant. People, we need to eat corn and soybeans.
Quit your yapping. Quit your yapping, because this guy knows what he's talking about.
R is not a letter. Do I start with a start with the letter R? Right.
So right. So right.
Thank goodness you guys have finally come around to my point of view. Corn and soybeans all day, boys!
Uvulas get tickly with the amount of time they spend in the back of the throat.
Vaccinations are a good solution to that.
Well, now you boys are talking some sense.
I'm doing it.
Well, wait, did you already say
Wait.
xylophone?
Yes.
Zippity doo dah!
Yeah.
We did it! We made it! I don't know how. Let's do another one. That's actually really fun. Did you catch me like having to like? I was like running the alphabet like so fast through my head. Oh man. Okay.
That did work much better than expected, Brett. You're right.
Why did it
Right.
take me so long to think of a word for R? It was really right.
Right.
Do we have another suggestion of a place?
We gotta switch our order around though.
Oh, we do.
We don't. I don't know if we actually did anything. I guess we can start with A with you though.
Yeah, we can start with
All right. So Brett says at Disneyland, but it's uncomfortably empty and quiet.
All right, guys, this is weird. I hear my voice, and it's the only voice that I hear.
Yeah, there B.
I started.
You said
on-
all right.
I said all right.
Now we gotta start over.
Go for it.
Busy place, huh?
Calm down. I know there are people around here somewhere.
Duh.
Elementary schoolers would find it very fun here.
Frankly, I tend to agree with you, but sometimes kids are just get a little too much. You know, they get a little too rambunctious. So I kind of like it. I kind of like that it's just us. I mean, I kind of wish the rides were open.
Guys, do you think that we're the last people on Earth?
How could that be possible?
Impossible, I say.
Just consider the possibility that we might be the only people left on this planet. That is kind of just a
Currency, what is that? Oh, cryptocurrency with a
I say we let him out.
I thought about that one for 20 seconds.
L. Look, we can't possibly be the last people on Earth.
Man, hold on. I think that we might be.
No.
Okay. Clearly there's some disagreement here, but we can figure
Pause.
this out.
Pause. I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry.
Quarterbacks. Easy pointages.
Right. Let's go on that track. Okay, quarterbacks. Easy pointage.
Strong muscles.
Totally tubular calves.
Unbelievable abs.
Comes after T. U? V? Wait.
I did you.
Oh.
No, V. Not O.
Ooh, very scared. Very scared now. Very scared. Not sure what to do. Very scared.
Of the abs?
Who, what, when, why?
Xenophobic. That's what's happening right now. You should not be afraid of quarterbacks, and that is that's full of hate, man. You just can't.
Yellow sun, too bright in Disneyland. Too sunny, too hot, going insane.
Zillow. If you're too hot, Zillow has houses. Yeah, not sponsored. Zillow.
Apartments. Apartments.com.
Apartments.
Bro!
Common sense. Why wouldn't you do that?
Okay. Wow, that was so. I love it. It gets progressively trickier. That's so amazing. Very scared right now. What time is it? Do we have time for one more?
We do. I think we
Okay.
can do one more.
Cool. We can do one more. Yeah, I think we're good. Awesome. Let's do one more. Give us another place. That was a great suggestion, Brett. I actually really like that one. Yeah, give us another suggestion. First one in the chat we'll go with. That is really fun.
Angel, give us a suggestion before you leave for school.
Don't leave for school yet, Angel. We miss you, dude. Man, it is. It gets progressively trickier because then, if you're someone like me who doesn't know the alphabet, then it's hard to catch up and like. I was trying so hard to go fast with it that I kept skipping letters, and I'm like, oh no, that doesn't work. All right, we gotta switch this up.
Yeah,
you
put
go
your
here.
sign in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, you just were in the middle though.
Wait. No,
I'll
this-
take C because I haven't had C.
Yeah, you haven't had C yet.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Okay.
hard to switch up the order with 3 people. That's literally impossible.
Well, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Here's a scenario where we are at an animal shelter.
An animal shelter.
Yeah.
Got you.
All right. Oh, look at all the little animals! Oh my gosh!
Boy, if you don't adopt one for me right now, I'm gonna go crazy. Look at this one.
Oh my good.
Cats, dogs, everything in between.
Don't even tempt me. This is just too much. I can't even handle it.
Egrets.
Oh my gosh.
Egrets?
Forget
Pretty
it.
sure egrets are illegal. You can't own an egret.
Forget it. I'm just gonna take this dog.
Great. I like that dog. Let's take that dog.
Hey, hang on. I know this. I've seen wanted posters. I watched the news. Pretty sure this dog is a criminal. Is a wanted criminal.
I think you are right.
Okay, just settle down a minute, okay? We can figure this out. This is a good dog. This is a good girl. Just a good girl, right? Yes, that's a good girl.
Kangaroos. This place is harboring a lot of illegal animals. I'm very sketched out by this.
Love animals and love people the same.
Maybe.
Wait, no, don't do that. Don't pet your friends.
Maybe this place is the criminal place. If they have kangaroos, they shouldn't be having kangaroos here. Are we in the wrong spot?
Never assume that anything you ever do is ever good, especially when it's coming to a place with clearly exotic animals that shouldn't be on sale.
On sale?
Please, guys, can we just get out of here? This is kind of making me nervous.
Cue the music.
Respect 100.
So we're still gonna talk, though, right?
Totally. Totally.
Under the table though, because I don't have credit.
Victory! The dog is mine.
Wow. Wow. You guys really accepted that dog was a criminal and don't care, do you?
Xylophone.
Again? Or
Yes, that dog might be a criminal, but she is my criminal.
zany things we get up to here in Overflow.
Are there only like 3 words that start with X?
I'm pretty sure it's hard to figure. X-Men. We could have thrown X-Men in there. I don't know.
X-rays.
There are a lot. X-rays, but those all start with like literally X. X hyphen something else.
I mean, I did xenophobic.
X-wing.
That was a good dig into fear of aliens. But yes.
Okay, well, let's move forward real quick. We're going to jump into our fantasy football update, some announcements, and then our lesson time. So, let's get it rolling in here. Our first matchup was between Angel and Bryce. Angel stole his second win away.
Woo-hoo!
Bryce,
Yes.
so sorry. I know the pain of losing to Angel because I don't think he's changed anything in his lineup. But he had Nick Chubb back this week who did a lot of damage. He had
The Chubb is back?
the Chubb is back.
Woo!
I don't know why he's excited for Nick Chubb, but
I
he is,
love
and that's
Nick
what
Chubb.
matters. So, congratulations, Angels, on your second win. Bryce, it's not too late. You can still make the playoffs. Just got to put a little bit more effort throughout the week. We had Juliana versus Evan, and I think Evan lucked out because the Chiefs were on bye. I mean, she had 4 players on the Chiefs not playing, and Evan could have very easily dropped this week if the Chiefs hadn't been on. Patrick Mahomes has been on fire. Juliana has the number 1 quarterback in Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
She has the number 1 wide receiver in DK Metcalf, and she has the number 1 tight end in Travis Kelce. It's a deadly combination, and she hasn't done anything all year.
Wow.
She actually is on track to make the playoffs right now. Crazy.
Good job.
I know. Next up, we have Mariah versus Josiah. Josiah snuck away with this. This was a really low-scoring week. Mariah had 2 guys out this week, and she could have really put up a fight. If she had set her lineup, you would have been in trouble.
It was a good game. You could have got me really bad. So
Coulda.
just look at your lineup.
Coulda,
Feel
woulda,
it.
shoulda. Hannah versus Mariska this week. She ran away with it. Hannah, congratulations, 126.6, the second highest count of the week with 126 points. And your running back won. You got to switch him out too. He didn't do anything for you. So be sure to be setting those lineups, especially as you play Zach this week. We definitely have to make him lose. Okay.
No, you don't. You don't have to make me lose.
Our last matchup of the week was myself versus Zach. I lost. So sad. So sad. We both made errors in our lineups. He should have started Tom Brady. I should have started Mark Andrews. So many things went wrong. And this what really annoys me is that I was the 3rd highest scorer. If I had played anyone else but him or Hannah, would have won.
Would have
But I
had it.
had to play Zach.
Shoulda, coulda,
Justin
woulda.
Jefferson is having a historic rookie season and put him over the edge on Monday night. So congratulations, Zach.
Yeah.
Whole lot of ball game left. My final 3 matches are against the top 3 players. I have to play Josiah, Evan, and Hannah over the next 3 weeks leading into playoffs. So hopefully we're going to get some upsets. Hopefully we're going to get some good matches.
Sorry, Hazel.
But we're going to have some fun regardless as we get to the playoffs in week 14. Okay. That is all. 14, 15, 16. The 3 weeks of playoffs.
Move them away.
Okay, so that is our fantasy football update. One quick announcement before I let Zach come in here. On December 6th, that is Zach's very last night here. His internship is done. He's going back to Minnesota. And so we want everyone to come out and join us, whether we're indoor or outdoor. We're going to be celebrating. We're going to have some cake or something. We're going to do something special just to celebrate and say thank you, Zach. I'm not going to stop you from giving him gifts, or letters or cards of appreciation of everything he's meant to you in these past few months, because he's been an awesome help, a wonderful help to me, and I know he's meant a lot to many of you. So we're going to celebrate him great. The very last thing I want to say is we do have a new texting service, and if you text, this one. Oops, I can. No, that's Zach's. Oh yeah, there it is. If you text youth to this phone number, 833-442-0260.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was right.
You rattled that off. That was impressive.
You can join our text message alerts. We're going to be using this feature moving forward to let you know the most important things that are happening. If you're not on Instagram, if you just want to get texts instead, if you don't check your email, this is a great way for us to stay in touch with you. So do it right now. Pull your phone out. If you haven't yet, text youth to 833-442-0260 and join our text message alerts. With that said, again, thank you for joining us, and take it away, Zach.
Woohoo! Yeah! Yay, Zach! Woohoo! Yeah! I'm just excited that I beat Michael. I'm really happy. I was sitting there with his dad, Pastor David, on Monday night, just watching the Vikings game, being like, "Oh boy, I only need a few more points," and it just kept getting progressively worse. And then I was really happy. So it's okay, Michael. You're still ahead of me technically, which is great. So tonight, I was trying to figure out what to talk about. That's usually how I do it, is I'm not 100% sure always what I'm going to talk about. but God shows me something. Tonight, I decided to ask my little sister, Eliana, if she was watching this now or watching this later. Doesn't matter. Hi, Ellie. I asked her what she would want to hear about and what she has been reading about in the Bible, and she said that she just read through John 9. And I was like, that's a good book. Maybe we should do that here for us tonight at Overflow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the entirety of chapter 9 tonight, and then we're going to talk a little bit about it. So if you have your Bibles, you can turn them to John 9, and we're going to be starting at verse 1 and just reading from there. So starting at verse 1 in John 9. As Jesus was walking along, he saw a man who had been blind from birth. "Rabbi," his disciples asked him, "why was this man born blind? Was it because of his own sins or because of his parents' sins?" "It was not because of his sins or his parents' sins," Jesus answered. "This happened so that the power of God could be seen through him. We must quickly carry out the tasks assigned by the one who sent us. The night is coming, and then no one can work. While I am here in the world, I am the light of the world." Then Jesus spit on the ground, he made mud with the saliva, and spread the mud over the blind man's eyes. He told him, "Go wash yourself in the pool of Siloam." And so the man went and washed and came back seeing. His neighbors and others who knew him as a blind beggar asked each other, "Isn't this the man who used to sit and beg?" Some said he was, others said, "No, he just looks like him." But the beggar kept saying, "Yes, I am the same one." They asked, "Who healed you? What happened?" He told them, "The man they called Jesus made mud and spread it over my eyes and told me to go to the pool of Siloam and wash yourself. So I went and I washed, and now I can see." "Where is he now?" they asked. "I don't know," he replied. Then they took the man who had been blind to the Pharisees, because it was on the Sabbath that Jesus had made the mud and healed him, and the Pharisees asked him all about it. So he told them, "I put the mud over my eyes, and when I washed it away, I could see." Some Pharisees said, "This man Jesus is not God, for he is working on the Sabbath." Others said, "How could an ordinary sinner do such miraculous things?" So there was a deep division of opinion among them. And then the Pharisees again questioned the man who had been blind and demanded, "What's your opinion about this man who healed you?" And the man said, "I think he must be a prophet." The Jewish leaders still refused to believe that the man had been blind and now could see, so they called his parents. They asked him, "Is this your son? Was he born blind? And if so, how can he now see?" His parents replied, "We know that this is our son and that he was born blind, but we don't know how he can see or who healed him. You should ask him yourself. He is old enough to speak." And his parents said this because they were afraid that the Jewish leaders who had announced that anyone saying Jesus was the Messiah would be kicked out of the synagogue. And that's why they said, "He is old, ask him." So for the second time, they called in the man who had been blind and told him, "God should get the glory for this, because we know that this man Jesus is a sinner." "I don't know whether he's a sinner," the man replied, "but I do know this. I was blind, and now I see." "But what did he do?" they asked. "How did he heal you?" "Look," the man exclaimed, "I told you once. Didn't you listen? Why did you want to hear it again? Do you want to become his disciples too?" And then they cursed him and said, "You are his disciple, but we are disciples of Moses. We know God spoke to Moses, but we don't even know where this man comes from." "Why, that's really strange," the man said. "He healed my eyes, and yet you don't know where he comes from. We know that God doesn't listen to sinners, but he is ready to hear everyone who worships him and does his will. Ever since the world began, no one has been able to open the eyes of someone born blind. If this man were not from God, he couldn't have done it." "You were born a total sinner," the Pharisees answered. "Are you trying to teach us?" And they kicked him out of the synagogue. When Jesus heard what happened, he found the man and asked him, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" The man answered, "Who is he, sir? I want to believe in him." "You have seen him," Jesus said, "and he is speaking to you now." "Yes, Lord, I believe," the man answered. And he worshipped Jesus. And then Jesus told him, "I entered this world to render judgment, to give sight to the blind, and to show those who think they see that they are blind." Some Pharisees who were standing nearby heard him and said, "Are you saying we're blind?" "If you were blind, you wouldn't be guilty," Jesus replied. "But you remain guilty because you claim you can see." So, chapter 9, John chapter 9, is fascinating to me. It's one of my favorite stories in the entire Bible. And it's one that a lot of people know about, is Jesus healing the blind man. But think about this. Can you imagine living with absolutely no vision? You might have relatives who are blind. You might know someone who's blind. Can you imagine what it would be like to not actually have vision, to not be able to see anything? Your view of the world would have to rely on the images that people provide to you, that they tell you and describe you. When I think about what I couldn't see, or what I wouldn't be able to see if I were blind, I picture people describing mountains to me. Mountains are my favorite thing to look at. Mountains here in the valley, out in Colorado, up where I grew up in Canada. Huge mountains covered in snow, rocky with trees and the fresh air. And I can't imagine not being able to see that and having someone describe it to me. Or a river flowing with clear water and streams and little flowers that are sprouting up all around it. Or the beautiful cityscapes of downtown where like the towers are huge and towering up into the sky, and they're so unbelievably huge. And it's amazing that people made those, and you're trying to explain it to someone who can't see that. And John 9 describes a man who has been blind since birth. He's never been able to see ever. Literally ever. And some of his disciples assume that the blindness that this man has is because of something that he's done. They think that it's been brought on by sin, or maybe even the sins of his parents. They ask him, was it because of his sins or his parents' sins? And then Jesus assures them that the man's blindness has nothing to do with sin, but his troubles were there so that the works of God would be displayed in him. If you were blind, if I was blind, I imagine that I'd be willing to do anything it took so that I would be able to see or have a glimpse of anything. I'd try just about anything to be radically healed. Can't you see yourself thinking, cover my eyes with fresh mud made from your spit? That's a good man. Because that's exactly what Jesus does. After covering the man's eyes, he probably takes like this big and just spits into the mud and kind of meshes it up. And it probably just wasn't one bit of spit. He was probably spitting into it a lot to make it so muddy, and which is kind of nasty if you think about it. But that's God's spit, so that's kind of cool. But he's covering the man's eyes with this mud that he made, and then Jesus tells him to go wash his face. And in this moment, his dark world that he knew only about, for his entire life, he only knew darkness, would become bright, and he would be able to see. While I am in the world, I am the light of the world, Jesus says. And religious leaders, the Pharisees, overlooked the healing of this miracle because they wanted to ensure that it happened according to their regulations, according to their laws, because it was the Sabbath, and Jesus did this on the Sabbath, and you're not supposed to do anything on the Sabbath. Was this the man who had been blind the beggar? If so, who had healed him? Because they're not supposed to do that. Didn't Jesus know that he wasn't supposed to heal anyone on the Sabbath? And then their interrogation of this man saying, like, who did this to you? Who made you better? And the blind man goes, I was blind, and now I see. Everyone who accepts Jesus as their Lord and Savior has a before and after story. And if you've gone from darkness to light, your story has been written so that the works of God will be shown through it. In my own life, I've been through some very, very dark moments, and the only reason why I've gotten through them is because of God. And I sincerely believe that Jesus was using those moments in my life to make something beautiful out of it. And this story is a perfect example of Jesus taking someone's life, which is literally dark, and turning it into something amazing. Your story is just as miraculous as the one in John 9. It's no less miraculous. You were blind and now you can see. And that is really, really cool. So what can you learn about Jesus from this chapter? Before we jump into discussion, just a little bit more that I want to talk about it. What can you learn about Jesus from this? The question that we've been talking a lot about during small groups and a little bit during during Overflow Live, not as much, but it's probably a question that you've been thinking about, is why do bad things happen? Why do bad things happen to people who are good? Or why do bad things happen in general if God is so good? And when Jesus walks by this man who was born blind, and the disciples say, why do bad things happen to people like him? Is it because he's a bad person? The assumption is that when bad things happen to people who do bad things, that's just the general assumption. But Jesus debunks that, and he says the reality of the griefs that we all experience from our cause and effect behavior isn't always the point. The point is usually that God is going to make something beautiful come from the situation. Jesus says bad things are a normal thing of our reality, and he intends to upend their destructive intent and their destructive impact by making something beautiful come out of it. The man was born blind, and Jesus says that he was born blind because the power of God would seen through him. And then he embodies the words by offering the man a chance to see, by saying, do believe. Do you want a chance to see for the first time in your life? And this man takes that opportunity by doing what Jesus asks him to do. And it takes a broken, fragile, dark, literally dark life and turns it into an amazing, amazing story. So that's the story of John 9. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And now I'm going to ask Josiah and Michael to chat with me about it. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Fire Nation. So, first off, John 9. What do you guys think of John 9?
It's such a great story, and it's so unique, and it's one of the stories that we get this like added context. You know, we don't always see what happens to the people after Jesus heals them, but we get this little story about this guy who got, you know, kind of pressured and interrogated, but it kind of gives me hope to say, like, you know, you might have had a genuine encounter with Jesus, but still not really know what's going on, and that's okay. You know, it's all about the journey. I really appreciate what you said, that your story, our stories, are just as miraculous as this guy. Jesus gave us a lot of physical evidence for the authority that he has here on earth, but the forgiveness of our sin is just as much of an amazing miracle, if not more, than a blind man seeing or a paralyzed man walking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's incredible. That is a really good insight. Yeah, the stories that you read in the Bible can sometimes make you be like, oh, well, my story isn't this crazy. It's not this miraculous. I super beg to differ. I think that any story that Jesus impacts and turns the other way for the betterment of not only yourself, but also to prove how awesome Jesus is. I think that any story that involves Jesus is an amazing, miraculous story. So yeah. What do you think, Josiah?
I think the story is honestly like really good because you hear it as like a little kid. Well, most hear it as like a little kid, and then you grow up to be older. Like, this is the first time that I've heard this story since like I was a kid, and now I'm getting a better understanding of like what's happening, like you said, after the math, and I'm getting a better picture of what's actually going on. And in this chapter, you said, what did we like highlight of this chapter? One of the highlights was the fact that he, you know, debunked, like you said, that just because you're born blind or you're born with, what do you call the skin? Leprosy.
Yeah.
Just because you're born with those things, it's not because you've sinned. It's just you were born like that, and that might just be God's way of trying to fit you into his plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Yeah, if I can add a little bit about that too. Like, there are people that I've interacted with, that I've worked with, that have had physical ailments and might feel insecure about themselves. And I've definitely run into moments where I feel insecure about myself too. And God uses you no matter who you are, no matter what you might encounter, no matter what issues you might have, and works through you. That's one of the cool things about Jesus, is that he can work through anyone, regardless of who they are or where they're at. That's really cool. So yeah, you kind of answered the question a little bit already, but what can you learn about Jesus from this chapter? What is like the big thing? You kind of already answered it, but Michael, what would you take away?
Yeah, well, something that jumps out to me is the greatness of God, in the sense that we would look at a blind man and say, wow, poor him. But the end of his story is he's healed. He's the spokesperson for the power of Jesus. And none of us would expect that. And God has this much bigger, better, broader perspective. And the Bible tells us his ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. And sometimes when we think something bad has happened, or we look down on ourselves, we don't know the whole story. And we're not going to get to know the whole story. We're in the middle of our journey with Jesus, and any difficult time that we face is an opportunity to learn and press into Jesus and experience his faithfulness. And so this guy begged for all of his life until he met Jesus, and it was transformed. And he had this brand new trajectory for life. And that's possible for any of us. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. We're not guaranteed to live tomorrow, or walk tomorrow, or see tomorrow. And that's okay, because God has a plan, and his faithfulness will endure regardless of our situation or where we're at.
Yeah, absolutely. I think also this is just dawning on me now. When I hear the word beggar, I always feel, or I always picture this poor person in like raggedy clothes, who's kind of budging into people's way to ask for things. And I know that's a really selfish way of looking at it, but it's also a realistic way in terms of the Bible. But the fascinating thing that's kind of dawning on me now is that he didn't have to beg Jesus. Jesus just offered. Like, he's been sitting his whole life next to this pool where people are coming and going, like sitting there begging and like tugging at people, like crying for help, just for anything to have him get by. And Jesus shows up and just gently says, do you want to see? Like, he just shows up and says, go wash yourself. He just walks over, spits in the mud, does his thing, and then says, go wash yourself. He doesn't need to beg Jesus for anything. He doesn't have to. Jesus knows that this moment is going to be so transformational, is going to be something that brings about beauty, that he is just sitting there offering to make change, which is great. That's not to say we shouldn't ask Jesus for things, and we shouldn't continue to pray and present our requests to God. That's just to say that Jesus is willing to, he's ready to help, which I think is so cool. So, yeah. Any final thoughts that you guys have about this that you might want to share or touch on?
I'd say just, look to Jesus. Whatever you're faced with, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to pursue God and your struggles. He is not surprised by what you're facing, the adversity that you're facing, or the difficulties you're facing. So invite him into that process and see how he's going to work. And when God does something in your heart and in your life, Satan is going to attack you. And he used those Pharisees, those religious leaders, to attack that man that was healed by Jesus. And you don't have to have all the answers in that situation. You just have to say, look, I was blind and now I see. I don't need to know anything more than that Jesus is good and he can do things in my heart and my life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. Perfect. I think you guys gave some really good insights. So I think that's perfect. I'm going to watch back through that later and be like, wow, that was very smart. Great. Well, that's perfect. I'm going to pray to close us out of the meeting time, or the lesson time, and then we'll jump into some more stuff. I know that the live stream technically doesn't go away, but I like to see that everything's going well. Okay. There we go. Nice. I always look dumb on the live stream when I do that, but I always get worried. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and pray. Lord Jesus, thank you so much for the Bible and these amazing, amazing examples of how you redeem and how you save and how you provide for people. The story of John 9 and the man at the pool, the blind man at the pool, is an amazing example of how you just are ready to give your grace and your power and your abundant joy to people. And I need to be reminded of that you are just sitting there waiting for us to say, yes, God, I want you to do amazing things in my life. It's not like you're just waiting there, God. You are working. And it's just up to us now to say, yes, God, I want this. And so, Lord, help us to recognize this, that you are in our lives and you are active in our lives and that you are there to help and you are there to guide us. So let us be aware of that. Help us to be aware of that and cognizant of it. And Lord Jesus, I pray for everyone who is watching, everyone who isn't watching tonight, just everyone, Lord, who is going through stuff, that they would know that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light, and that if they are blind, they will be able to see. And that is so, so cool. So Jesus, we love you and we know you love us. And in your name, amen.
Leslie, you have not missed everything. We still have one special thing, and you can watch the replay over the next day or two. So,
yeah,
we are going to close out our time together with a classic Clash
of Clans.
No.
Oh,
Wow. Clash on Rainbow Road.
Oh boy. It's been a while.
So, let's see this works.
That's okay.
You never played Mario Kart?
I forgot.
I've never played No Signal.
It's such a fun game, though.
No signal?
Watch this.
Oh.
I'm wicked fast. Oh! That does it. That does it. Oh, we've got a signal. We've got no signal.
Oh. Hey!
Nice.
She's coming through here.
Huzzah! Oh, there it is. Okay.
Alright, you want to play, babe?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Did it again. Dang it. Do you want to sit on a happy pillow? Or are you better standing? I don't know how you play
This
your
is the
games.
gaming pillow.
Gaming pillow!
How are you pushing?
Many butts have been
Oh, I
upon
push
that
things.
pillow.
Okay, wrong button. We're playing PlayStation too much.
Oh, whoops. Right and left. Huh?
Oh, Michael, I think.
Oh, I'm already in.
Maybe
Okay,
dead.
cool.
Oh, do you want to use mine?
Maybe did. I got another one.
Nice.
I think did you press the, you gotta press both of these things.
I think this one might be dead. Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Okay. There you go. Nice. Alright. So you're player 4, I'm
Rainbow
player 2.
Road is Brett's map.
Brett,
echoing.
it's
Brett's
literally
turn.
no one's map.
I'll use Shy Guy
You're
just
either
for Brett.
really good at it or you're
Or-
really bad at it.
Alright, fix the echo for you.
Do we have any recommended characters?
Yeah, totally.
Luigi's my guy.
Which one does Brett usually
Or
use?
sorry, Yoshi, I meant.
Yeah, who you guys have any recommended characters? Who should just play as?
Give Josiah a recommended character.
Is that
Brett uses Shy Guy.
Shy Guy?
Yeah.
I'll be this one.
You guys are the
He kind of looks
genuine,
like Brett.
genuine tag team there. Even in fantasy football and Mario Kart, you're working together.
Look at that.
For obvious reasons, Josiah used black Shy Guy instead of white Shy Guy like Brett usually uses.
Obvious reasons.
The black
chose-
Shy Guy goes faster.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Does he?
He's way faster.
Yeah, I chose. Ooh, red and white for Canada? Yes, please. I don't know any of the settings. I don't know what wheels make you go faster, but I know that these ones are
If
red.
you push the plus or minus button on your controller, you can see stats.
I don't have time for that.
Mm.
But I do. Look at my Canadian mobile. That is dope,
Teddy
man.
Buggy. Okay.
Canadian mobile.
You baby with Selena.
Yeah, she's the best.
Vroom vroom.
Get out, car.
Get out me car. Aww. I'm in me mom's car. Vroom vroom.
Banana.
Get out me car.
I'm in me mom's car. Vroom vroom.
I love it.
100
Teams.
cc.
I'm in my dad's truck.
I'm in me dad's truck. Dude, Gen Z humor is so dumb.
Brett, I've never played Half-Life, so you'll have to let me know how it is.
I'm in me mom's vehicle.
Broom, broom.
Motorized.
Brum brum.
Licensed and registered with the DMV. My mom's vehicle.
I love how Hazel's just sitting there as well. Everyone's in the camera. Hello, everyone.
Oh, top one.
This Rainbow Road has gotten
This
an
one's
upgrade
down on the
since
TV camera.
this is
Oh, this one.
definitely not the Wii.
This is,
Wait, this isn't Wii?
How do you drive? That's probably
press
that's
the right button.
right button. Oh, I see it now.
Not the correct button,
I
but
got you.
basically right button.
I got you. How do you throw things?
Top button.
Top button. Gotcha. Ooh, I am getting some nice speed.
Oh no! Oh, whoever hit me just like
That was
saved my
me.
life.
No!
I think.
Sorry.
Oh, so you are supposed to move.
Portal is a great game. I have to go see.
Oh man, everything is tilted. It's hard to see.
So the
Okay,
towers.
that is not the button. It's the left trigger.
Oh, left trigger is item.
Oh, cool.
Don't
Okay.
push the arrow.
Pretty okay.
Oh, you gotta look behind.
Yeah.
Oh, I was pressing. I didn't realize that was what I was. Okay.
Wow, who threw a banana?
Good question.
Who threw a banana?
No.
I'm doing pretty good.
I would have.
Being honest.
You don't lie to me.
Me?
Which one if I'm in first? It's not gonna end this way if I'm in first right now.
You're in first?
Yes.
Way to go, baby.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, I'm in. Well, I was in second. Oh wait, that's you?
Well, not anymore. I'm in fifth now because I announced it, so everyone passed me. They didn't know it, and they were like,
Ladies and gentlemen, remember how I said I was bad at this game? Oh no!
Yes! Yes!
It hit me while I was on.
Yes.
Bark.
Who's in first? Is that you, Michael?
I was in
No.
first.
I just dropped out of. I'm third right
Oh, I shouldn't have
now.
used
Kind of
that.
rough to just go in a cold Rainbow Road.
Here's what I am
Oh, no.
very surprised at, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't fallen off the edge yet. And I'm kind of impressed with myself for not doing that. Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, at least to
Am I a little too cocky right now? Because I kind of feel like it. Oh no! Yeah.
That green hit you?
Yeah, it did. I was in third! I'm just happy that I was in first for a small while. Turn!
I'm Michael. Oh no! No! Wow!
Pride comes before the fall.
Wow. Comes before the pride. This is where I got hit last
Is
time.
it third? Oh, wow.
Come on,
It turned colors.
Turn.
Turned
Different
colors.
colors? Oh!
Wow.
dear
It hit me on the
Wow.
glide thing.
I saw you, Zach. The boat went down again.
That was such a bummer. It hit me right as I was like,
Bullet
you
Bill!
silly Billy!
Who's in first? I'm sorry about that.
Bullet Bill?
Oh, no, I appreciate you doing that.
Oh no! No! No!
Am I breaking the scissor?
No!
I just dropped down like
No.
3 levels.
That's how I did the nest.
Go, Zach! Go, Zach! Go, Zach! Go, Zach!
No!
No! Go, Zach!
I missed my
Go,
turn!
Zach! Third! Oh, boy!
Oh, that was so bad.
Oh, man!
That was so bad. Team Canada.
I got third!
Were you hacking, babe? Brett thinks you were hacking.
No, Brett. I'm just good at Rainbow Road.
I
They
saw.
say-
Sadie shows up.
I saw the mod menu.
Sodi.
Thumb.
I saw the wall hacks.
Look at my thumb.
Sadie jumps onto the screen for like one of her first cameo appearances and then dominates. Makes don't think it was hacks because
Wait
of that.
until we do Baby Park or whatever that one's called.
Oh, you want to do Baby Park?
I love
Baby Park,
Baby Park,
You know what the
Baby
word
Park.
is? Is that where you-
Baby Park.
Last week we had the little jingle. I can't remember how it went. I've heard bad things about this.
Baby Park?
About Baby Park.
I think it's
Brett
made
says
for
you were like
babies.
jumping off the roads and flying and plus aimbot.
You had aimbot.
What?
I thought that was only.
I have no idea.
I saw the
Brett can
walls.
say whatever he wants to say. I got second place. I didn't change my settings for anything.
There is some rivalry going on. Next time Brett and Sadie are in the same room, there is going to be some heated Mario Kart.
What the heck?
Give me the things. This is such a this shouldn't be a difficult course. It's just doing it. Oh, so
Wow.
everyone is in tight proximity, so like everyone's getting hit. Oh, thanks, man.
Oh, my guy's drifting to the right.
Oh, that was a bomb. Whoa.
You are
That is bomb.
You are
I mean, you don't cry.
Wow, somebody just took that banana right in front of my face. Wow,
Who gets a bullet on this course? Seriously?
I'm gonna fall back to 11th
I think
place.
we've laughed them, whoever it is.
Oh, I hope
Because I've had 2 bullets pass me.
Oh, how did I get
Oh, I just had to do this.
Oh my goodness, I am getting eaten up by these. Give me a thing! Come on, give me things!
Wow, that really hit me. Wow, I'm a little stunned.
Wow, wow, wee, wah.
Wow, wow, wee, wow, very nice. My wife!
I don't know who I hit with that red shotgun. You hit me.
Doesn't matter.
Come on, get third. Yes! Oh,
Oh, it's already
I
done.
snuck that third place.
I got green turtle shot at the pick.
Oh, I snuck that third place. Oh man. Go Zach.
That went by so much faster than the other one.
Well, it's a lot short.
Wow, wow,
7
wee, wow.
laps, but not.
Ooh. Wow, wow, wee, wow.
Map request.
Well,
in
we
the chat.
Map request.
Do another Rainbow Road.
Is there a different version of it?
Yeah.
There's 2 Rainbow
There's
Roads.
3.
There's 3 Rainbow Roads. Kind of nonsense. Voodoo Mama Juju.
Wow, this one looks bumpy.
This looks.
Okay.
This is the serious pose when I lean forward.
Oh. This is usually how I play COD, but it's bad for my back. Oh, good jump, Zachary. Thank you, Zachary.
That was a bad jump, Zachary.
Quiet, Mom. You never think I'm good enough, Mom. Yeah, fun fact, everyone, that's exactly how my mother sounds. If she's watching this,
Adios. Have a good time.
Hi, have a great time.
Zach's mom is going to be here on December 6th. So make
Yeah.
sure you're here.
Be respectful.
Who was second? I kind of bumped you a lot.
She will whoop you back. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh-wee. Dog, don't go. No, don't touch me.
Get him, Hazel, get him.
Good girl.
No.
Get him, Hazel, get
No,
him.
no, 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 no.
No!
No, 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 no. No, no, no. Blah.
Wow.
Yeah, eat it, baby. Woo.
Wow, who's Bowser? Oh, Michael's Bowser.
Oh my god.
No, don't
Dry
please.
bones. Dry Bowser.
Oh
Hello,
no,
King
you
Bowser.
get out of the way, baby.
Oh, I banana that.
No. Oh, I
Is that a
don't.
blue
Wait,
shell?
did I hit
Uh-oh, 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 oh, dang it.
Oh, you got in it too?
Yeah, but Please be nice to me. 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 Oh, dang it. I can't believe I ate that.
It's a delicious banana.
Oh, no. Dropped from first again. Down to fourth. Please be nice to me. I'm new at this game. I haven't played it since I was just a kid. This is very difficult. I don't want to die.
No.
Get that jump.
No, yes.
No!
You're breaking front, baby!
No! Was I about
Dang
to hit
it.
you with the red shell, Michael?
You hit me with one, and then the second one hit me during immunity phase.
I was going to get third place and keep my third place. It was going to be so great, you guys. It was going to be so great. Oops. But now, Inkling Boy.
We have no suggestions from the chat.
No suggestions. Why?
Not even for
Why?
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 Why? Why? Why? Why? Why?
Alright.
Excuse
Last place. Where should we go? The other Rainbow Road?
Yeah. Does this one have the big square?
Is this the
dudes?
OG Rainbow Road?
This is SNES Rainbow Road.
What does that mean?
Super Nintendo system.
Oh.
So the original.
So the OG. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is no.
I can't stay on the track on this one.
All right, Zachary. All that matters is you get one of Josiah and Siri, and I guess Michael too.
Ouch!
Kind of like a supervised report from the world.
What?
Well, not
I
a,
have homework?
it's not a report. It's just like a yes or no thing.
It's just a yes or no.
I don't think you have to do it for a few more weeks, so you're good.
I have to talk to Eldon.
Or my dad, one of the two. Why is the road doing so floppy?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow,
Wow.
Wow.
I was doing so good and I just got hit by like 4 people.
Oh, that would be my fault, sir. Oh, I've been hit by a lot of people too. No. Not the ink! Oh, you guys made me. Oh, you guys made me. Wow, what a... Look out! I'm gonna touch the butt! Nemo! He touched the butt!
Oh, those corners.
Oh no!
You could
Right
pull
on the
up,
corner.
please.
Don't.
Please.
These corners are hard. No, get away from me, Bowser! I can't believe I just let you stream.
So long, King Bowser!
Did you say shalom?
Shalom,
King Bowser!
It's when Mario turns into
Yeah. Come on. Mario at his brother's stuff. Yahoo! Yahoo! Shalom! Shalom! I don't know why that's so funny. It shouldn't be as funny as it is. Come on, stop it! I have just eaten. Oh, dang it. I've eaten 4 shells in a row. I went from 2nd to 8th.
Woo! I just passed you.
Oh,
Oh, wait. Did
Dang
all
it.
of my shells hit you? Is
all
that
of
where
your
they went?
shells. All of your shells hit me.
I threw all 3 of them, hoping that they would hit somebody.
Oh, 1 point, Josiah!
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Stinky.
Inkling? Is that from Splatoon?
I think so.
That character?
Man.
There you have it. King of the road.
Is that you? Dang it. Wow! Michael wins a video game! Ah!
Happens sometimes. Thank you guys so much for joining us for Overflow Live. We'll be back. We will not be back next week. Next week is Thanksgiving. So hopefully you will have one wonderful night off. You will enjoy your family, even if from a distance. But we will be here Sunday nights outside. Bring your mask. Ready to have some fun. Love you guys.